What's up, y'all? Um, it's your boy Savage Writer. I'm back with another video as always, giving y'all peace and I'm giving y'all gifts. Hope y'all doing well out there. Y'all staying strong, y'all staying positive, y'all staying uplifted. All praises to the Most High. You know, now I go. So today's video is going to be about we need to come together and separate from this wicked society, right? So doesn't matter what color you are, what gender, what race, what country, your job occupation, because at the end of the day, when you came into this world, you had none of that. You didn't have an identity to uphold. All you did as a child, when you was, being held, even when you was in the womb, you just was being. You wasn't worried about what's gonna happen when I get to work tomorrow, or how is the traffic gonna be today. As a baby, you don't worry about stuff like that. You just be, because when you are under the age of 8, you are in your purest form. You understand what I'm saying? That's why they always say, like, show me the boy and I'll show you the man. That's where that comes from. Because from that age, from at least to an infant to, middle to late childhood, is where everything that you will know in your life, all of the beliefs, all of the ideals that you will hold on to throughout your life, that gets shaped when you are very young. That's why, you know what I mean, they put us in school so early. They cram all this crap in our heads, when we are youths, because they want to control us. The education system in America is nothing but just a modern day processing center. You feel me? You drop your kids off to a bunch of strangers, and then they inject whatever they want to inside of their head, and then you come back and your kid acting all different. Don't be surprised. And with these vaccines and shit, all these agendas getting pushed. You feel me? It's gonna be even harder. If not, the control is gonna be pressed down even more. So I'm telling y'all, this is a warning. If you feel like because you refuse to go for what's going around, I'm not gonna talk about that, because you know how YouTube do. If you're not going for or even if you got it, you know what I mean? Because I talk to people that got it and I talk to people who didn't, and they all feel the same way. Like, why should we have our freedoms dangled over our heads because of this? Why should we be coerced, you know what I mean, into fear? Why should we be bullied for doing something that we don't feel comfortable with doing? It ain't that somebody's, they pro this or they anti that. Nah, a lot of these people, don't let the media fool you, right? I'm about to talk about that real quick. Don't let the media fool you with this BS, man. A lot of people that's standing up against this shit are regular people just like you and I. Whether you got the V or whether you didn't. See, this is a divide and conquer tactic. This is what the people pushing this narrative want. This is what they wanted, man. Segregation reincarnated. You feel me? And I'm hearing that people that haven't been vaccinated against COVID-19, they're gonna make them second-class citizens. I've read that somewhere. I need to do more research into that. But hey, I really don't need to, cause it's being obvious. Even here in my city, right? They're requiring city workers to get vaccinated. If not, they lose their job. You can't even take a negative test. Well, even if you got a negative test, you know what I mean? That alone is not gonna help you. You get it or you're done. It don't matter how many years you put in, how well they admire you. You understand what I'm saying? They willing to just cut you off if you don't go with what they want you to go with. You feel me? And some people, a lot of people, they gonna go for the bait, and there gonna be others that don't. You know what I mean? Right? And the media is pushing this narrative. They blaming the people that haven't been vaccinated for the surges. But there are actually more people that have been vaxxed than people that have not. So that begs the question: why are we to blame though? You know, if you doing all the precautions, you doing everything you supposed to do, and you still getting sick, why blame somebody else? Shouldn't you look at yourself and say, am I the one that's carrying it? Am I spreading it? Man, I'm telling y'all, during this whole thing, I ain't got sick one time. I'm not saying I can't get sick, but if I do get sick, I know what to do. Stay home, take care of myself, take the right medication, get the rest, drink the proper fluid, all that. All this is incessant divide and conquer, man. This is what these people are doing. Even people that I've been vaccinated, I've been talking to them about this. And they agree with what I say. Because they telling you, even if, in some cases, they bringing back the mask mandates, regardless of your vaccination status. They got lockdowns in other places, regardless of your vaccination status. And this is what I'm trying to fucking tell people. And a lot of people don't listen. And they ain't gonna listen till it's too late. When we talked about the passports, we told y'all those was coming. It's already here. It ain't. What's the conspiracy? It's already here. Come on, man. Smell the coffee. And as far as my city is concerned, with the mandates for city workers to get the they telling you, even though you still got to take a negative test every week. Well, you got to have a negative test every week. So say if these PCR tests, which really they aren't always accurate. Say if it's a false positive, and you can't go to work, you can't feed your family. Don't you think there's a problem with that? All it takes is one false positive for you to lose everything. Don't you think there's a problem with that? I think so. I believe so. Right? Right. But ultimately, with all this stuff going on, we are being given a choice. We have a choice. There's always a choice. Either you gonna go for the system, or you gonna be like, all right, fuck that shit. I'm a step up out this. Yeah, I'm a struggle for a while. I'm a suffer for a little while, but I'm gonna put my own shit together. Then this should be our motivation. All right, you know what I mean? There's plenty of jobs out here that are remote. You feel me? You just gotta go out there and do the looking. There are plenty other alternative ways to make money. You just have to be willing to go out there and find what it is that you want. If one business don't want to let you in a restaurant because you ain't get the, go to another business. Or better yet, start your own business. Now, I'm not saying that's easy, but these are the kinds of things that we need to be thinking about. You understand? Because this shit only going to get ramped up even more. These people are going to press it down even more. And the truly only way we can fight back is if we come together, we stop all the bullshit, we stop all the, he black, he white, he gay, he straight, you know what I mean? He pro-vaccine, he anti-vaccine, he this and he that, she this and she that. We gotta stop that bullshit. Because the powers that be know how powerful we are. When we cast all of those differences aside, we cast all of those false-ass identities aside that we can't take with us when we leave this earth, and come together and do something to change our community and to change humanity, they know that they got no power. They know they out of time. That's why they rushing to push all this shit. They running out of time. They know they on the clock. Satan only is going to rule this earth for a certain amount of time. Satan know he on a ticking time bomb, man. Time is ticking. He's on a sinking ship. He's trying to do everything he can to be like the Most High. I don't want to make it all about religion or whatnot. It's open for interpretation. But who said the Most High and the devil were deities, right? The devil ain't just some motherfucker with pony horns and red skin. Shit, the devil could be sitting right in front of you and you don't even know it. I made a video about this before. The devil ain't who you think he is, or it is. The devil and the Most High are simply just energy. It's simply a spirit. But again, that's also open for interpretation. You know what I mean? That's my view. That's my theory. Right? You know what I mean? So, yeah, even I'm being tested. You feel me? And, I've been taking crap from this system too goddamn long. I feel like now this is the opportunity for me to separate from this. And honestly, when shit really do hit the fan, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Truth be told, I don't know. But I'm doing what I can now to prepare mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally. And even if you got all the supplies that you want and that you need, eventually, what are you gonna do when your supplies run out? Okay, you got guns, you got food stock saved up. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying you shouldn't be prepared. But what are you going to do when all of that runs low? Are you still going to have the same level of faith? Are you? Even if your ark collapses, are you going to have enough strength to rebuild your ark? Or just sit there and complain and blame somebody else? Oh, it's the government fault. You know what I mean? And I've been hearing a lot of stuff about the whole Taliban situation. How basically the United States was involved in something they had no business, that had nothing to fucking do with them for the past 2 decades. And all the billions and billions and billions of dollars have been wasted and thousands of lives have been claimed because of, trying to stop what will become the eventual takeover of the Taliban in Afghanistan. Now, me personally, I don't know too much about that. I've been hearing some stuff, but I'm not an expert on that. So, but what I can tell you is this. These same people you put in power, these same people you paying your taxes to, these same people you confiding in. Because guess what? Your taxpayers' money went to all of that bullshit that was happening over there for the past 20 years. Wasn't no fucking war on terror. A war for resources. And the Taliban took over anyway. And they even killing people at the airport. They killing people in the cities, man. And it's only gonna get worse. You ain't heard shit from Joe Biden, have you? No. And these are the people y'all put in power. Well, technically y'all don't put in power. But y'all vote for these people. Y'all vouch for these people, right? And they turn around and they do shit like this. And I ain't saying Trump was no better. Trump ain't the same either. All these politicians are fucking liars, but you know what I mean? The withdrawal of the U.S. troops. Trump actually started that shit. And now these motherfuckers on the Biden administration, they want to claim the credit. But Trump really started it. You know what I mean? When he was still in office. Because they knew the Taliban would eventually take over Afghanistan again. They knew. And guess what? Guess who's the pawn? You. Guess who falls victim to this shit? You. Well, us and the people in Afghanistan cities and the countries and stuff. These Afghan cities or whatnot. Us, while we fall victim, because guess what? Our taxpayers' money went toward this bullshit. And the government couldn't get the job done. You know what I mean? And now, we the laughing stock of the fucking world. Well, we been the laughing stock of the fucking world. And if anything, that's going to even put more targets on our backs. As a country. Number 2, the people living in those cities, man, that got taken over by the Taliban. Because if y'all don't know, the Taliban is actually, an extremist group. You feel me? But then again, I don't know too much about that. But, you know what I mean? These people, they don't play. They'll come in your house and shoot everybody up and kill you. Execute everyone, man. These people are cutthroat. Psychopaths. You feel me? And that's because, all they seen their whole life was war and desperation. People getting their throats slit, people getting their heads chopped off, people getting shot up. That's all that a lot of these soldiers, they seen that their whole life and they don't know nothing else. And the person that's the abusee becomes the abuser. You understand what I'm saying? And now the civilians that the U.S. government allegedly was supposed to protect, that they confided so much in, just left them stranded. Just sitting ducks, sitting targets. And it's sad, man. It's really sad. And these are the people, man, y'all put all y'all trust into. And then you blame people like me because I'm speaking the truth. And fuck you. If you stand for this shit and the incompetence that these governments do, fuck you. Because you only part of the problem. And that's why it's so imperative that we have to come together, man. And separate from this shit. Because all this stuff going on in the world ain't just in America. It's worldwide. The awakening is happening worldwide. Yeah, they talk about the Great Reset. There's also the Great Awakening too. More and more and more and more people are opening their eyes. They're seeing something. Even the people you think wouldn't wake up, starting to turn blind eye to this shit. You know what I mean? They starting to see certain things. And I've been planting the seeds. And I already know people that follow me, people that, that know me from the past and stuff. I know they be getting inspired. I know they watch and they look. They don't never say nothing though, but they know I be planting the seeds, and I don't take credit for that. It is what it is, you know what I mean? If nobody don't want to give me no credit, that's fine. I don't care about that. At the end of the day, when you leave this earth, you can't take none of that shit with you, dog. I got a job to do, regardless of how the message gets out. You know what I mean? So yeah, we gotta separate from all this shit, man. That's not gonna be easy. Never said it would be. But think about it. I'm gonna talk specifically to people of color. You know what I mean? If every black person, black, right? Every black person in America contributed $20 a week for up to a year, I guarantee you, if every black person who lives in the United States, not even the United States, the entire world. Nah, that's too broad. Let's narrow it down. All right, let's say every black person or person of African descent in Northern America. Yeah, Northern America, right? Contributed at least $20 in whatever currency they got a week. By the end of the year, we'd have enough money to get our own land, to build our own houses, to have our own food supply, to have our own, local government and stuff like that. That's not going to be easy again. We need to sit down and we need to talk about what it is that we want and what we don't want. And I already know somebody going to say, oh, what if we got to deal with another Black Wall Street? What if we got to have a Judas? Like, man, I told one of my homies this. Shout out to 603 Joe. I told one of my homies this, right? I said, that kind of shit will not be tolerated. That's why we need to come together and we need to have these talks so we can map this out and find ways to remedy those issues. Or we got to deal with a traitor in our community or foreign invasion. We have to have something set in place so we can deal with that. Now, I don't know what that is. I can't do all this on my own. I'm just one person. And this is the issue I have with my people, specifically black people. We want one person to do all of the fucking work. I can't do all the work. That's like MLK, right? Going out there to march by himself. If MLK was out there marching by himself, he wouldn't have gotten his message across the way he would have. He needed people to help organize certain things and to support him and to hold him down so he could be able to get the message that he was trying to convey out. Now, that's just an example. Same thing with Malcolm X. Malcolm X needed people behind him, too. All these leaders needed people behind them. You know what I mean? We can't do this shit on our own. Don't expect me to do all the work. And then you get disappointed when I don't live up to the expectation because I ain't getting the help. I need you as much as you need me. We're a collective. We're a unit. But a lot of people, man, don't care about that shit. All they care about is themselves. And that's why we in the situations that we in, because we so goddamn selfish. We don't want to stand up and fight for our freedom. We want somebody else to do it for us. You want to understand, Jesus is not coming to save you. This isn't to attack, you know what I mean, my religious people out there, because I understand everybody who subscribe to me have different beliefs. Jesus not coming back. Y'all not coming back. I'm sorry. I hate to say that. Forgive me, Father, but it's true. Nobody's coming to save us. We have to save each other. We have to save ourselves. We are the Christ. We are the gods. Understand that. Because don't it say in the Bible that the Most High, he left a trace of himself in every man and every woman? So the same thing you pray to in the sky, guess what? That's also within you too. Yeah. The pastor ain't gonna tell you this. The pastor not gonna tell you what I'm telling you, bro. Real talk. The God that you pray to is also the God that's in you. Understand that. It's true. It's facts, man. There ain't no other way to put it. You know, whatever you believe in, that's fine. I'm not criticizing that. But what do y'all not understand is that, like, nobody coming back to save us, man. We said the same shit 400 years ago. When we was in chains and getting our asses whipped all over the place. Jesus gonna come back to make everything better again 400 years later. I ain't see Jesus yet. But yeah, dag, I ain't want this to be too long. I wasn't expecting this to be 20 minutes. But yeah, in a nutshell, what I said, with all of these agendas and these prophecies, coming to pass, that should be more of a motivation for us to build our own arcs and to weather the storm. And I'm working on building my arc too. We all building a version of our arc. Everybody's arc is different. You know what I mean? But yeah, we got to get it together as a race. Not even just black people, but human race. Because at the end of the day, we're all human. Don't matter what we look like, where we come from, whatever. Don't matter, oh, my skin is darker than your skin. We're all natural creatures, you know what I mean? We're all diverse in nature. You feel me? And they put all of these identities in the world, all black, African American, white, European, all that shit, just to keep people divided and separated, because they know how powerful the collective is. On a basic level, everybody is the same. On a basic level, that is. But all the other factors, that's a talk for another day. But I thank y'all for watching this video, man. More content on the way. I've just been out here working, grinding. I'm about to take a little break right now. My internship is over, so it's good that I get to have some rest. I slept in today. I just had woke up like about almost an hour ago, and I had some good sleep. I'm finna give me something to eat, and enjoy the rest of my day. And I hope y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day too. And I hope y'all caught some edification from this message, man. Savage Writer out. Peace.